Dragon Ball Sparking Zero just got announced for a new Season Pass 2 coming next year. I believe it's next year. We don't know. The trailer said coming soon, but I want to give my prediction on what 3 DLCs we will get. This will be a 2-part video. Part 1 is going to be, which is this video right here. It's going to be my realistic prediction, right? Like what I realistically think they would add into the game as DLCs. And then the next video will be more absurd, and I'll kind of say what I would love to see them do. Not that they would necessarily ever do it because it's kind of crazy, but what I would like to see from them as, you know, as far as DLCs go, right? If that makes sense. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. So I think Season Pass 2, my prediction video, Season Pass 2, DLC 1, I think will be GT characters such as Super 17, Nova Shenron, Ice Shenron. We got all kinds of them. Vegeta, regular Vegeta, base Vegeta from GT, maybe GT Goten, maybe GT Gohan, and things of that nature, man. But I do think DLC 1 will be GT characters, specifically for Super 17. Now, we got to look at these DLCs, right? We got to look at them as what characters are going to sell. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to pick people who aren't going to sell DLCs. Look at the previous DLCs. We got DLC 1. Beast Gohan was obviously like the main attraction, along with Orange Piccolo and Cell Max. DLC 2, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, obviously the main attraction that was meant to sell, even though it was kind of shitty. Shell Out was kind of just free, but he was also kind of meant to sell the Season Pass as well because it's Shell Out. And then DLC 3, obviously for Season Pass 1, DLC 3, obviously Super Saiyan 4 Goku Daima, right? Obviously that's gonna sell. So we got to look at this from a marketing standpoint, like who is gonna sell these DLCs in the Season Pass, right? Because they're not gonna get, bro, come on. Bro, we're not getting like fucking Paragus, you know what I mean? Like in a DLC. I mean, not like just him by himself. Like he's not gonna be like he's not selling any DLCs and season passes, bro. Like he's not. So we gotta look at it from that as well. Like we gotta take that into consideration when we look at this from a realistic standpoint. You know what I mean? Is it like, you understand what I'm saying to you right now? It makes sense to me. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Anyway, that was a lot of yapping. With that being said, let's get into DLC 2, DLC 1 for Season Pass 1. I think it's going to be more GT characters. I already said who, Super 17, Nova Shenron, Ice Shenron, things of that nature. DLC 2 for Season Pass 2. I don't know, maybe more Dragon Ball characters. The thing about more Dragon Ball, like original Dragon Ball characters, is will they sell? I feel like they could I feel like they're not gonna, I don't think they would sell crazy to like a bunch of casuals, but to a bunch of hardcore fans, I think that would sell. If you give us like the Blue Devil, you know, maybe Grade 8 Kid Goku, you know, the original Piccolo, King Piccolo, Kid Chi-Chi, that I feel like that could sell to you know, to like more hardcore people. The casuals though, I don't think they would give a fuck about Dragon Ball because they already don't even watch the original Dragon Ball. They just skip it and go straight to Dragon Ball Z. So that's kind of a 50-50 for DLC 2. I could see them doing it, but I could also see them not doing it for the lack of like excitement for it and the lack of purchasing for it. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in there anyway as my prediction for DLC 2. But that one's that one I could definitely see not being the case for sure. Now for DLC 3, I'm gonna go with more Dragon Ball Super characters such as Champa and Vados. Now the problem with that is I don't honestly, other than them two, I don't know who else from Dragon Ball Super they could add, which is the problem with that. I mean, obviously there is more people, but there's like, I mean, there's a shit ton, right? But there's no one else worth marketing. That like everyone worth marketing from Dragon Ball Super is already in the game besides Champa and Vados. So like there's just no one else worth marketing left in Dragon Ball Super that I could see them adding. But I could see them adding for DLC 3, Champa and Vados being the main attraction for DLC 3, along with other Universe 6 characters alongside them, other than obviously the Saiyans that we got, like Kefla, KO, Kaba. Besides them, I do believe they would add other Universe 6 characters with Champa and Vados, but Champa and Vados would be the main attraction for DLC 3. And I mean, I could see them selling copies. With that being said, I also think they will add at least one map with every single DLC from now on going forward. I do believe that will be the case. I didn't mention that, but so for DLC 1, I think they'll give us the Truffle map, like the Planet Truffle. We saw Baby fighting Goku on that map, if you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen GT, you know what I'm talking about. For the DLC 2 for the Dragon Ball DLC, I think they'll give us Kami's house. My bad. Master Roshi's house, not Kami's house, bro. I'm tripping. Master Roshi's house on the island. I think they'll give us Master Roshi's house for DLC 2. Alongside that, obviously it'll be free. I'm pretty sure the map that released a month ago now, it was free. I believe it was free. For DLC 3, obviously we'll get Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament stage, which is honestly a pretty awesome stage. It looks pretty good in Xenoverse 2, and Sparking Zero would probably look even better, so I'd be pretty excited to see that. But yeah, that is my prediction video for the 3 DLCs that are going to be coming out in season pass 2 for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Also, I want to say this because we got Charlotte, which was a surprise for the season pass. So I do think we'll get another surprise in season pass 2, and I'm gonna go with Pikkon. I think they'll give us Pikkon in season pass 2, just just him by himself like they did with Charlotte. Yeah, that's my prediction video. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys think this is foolish? Is it realistic? Things of that nature. Like I said, there will be a part 2, which will be a bit more absurd, on the more absurd side, but this was kind of my realistic idea of what they could announce, and I don't know, it just made sense in my head. So you guys let me know in the comments below, is this crazy and things of that nature, man. But anyway, it's getting late at the time of this recording. Your girlfriend is she's kind of blowing up my phone, so I got to get to her. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.